Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump back into the Bitcoin price action. Didn't upload yesterday because there wasn't much to talk about, but now we actually do have some volatile price action over the weekend, which I actually don't mind even though it was to the downside, and that is because we have this CME gap. Now CME is not open yet. They'll be open in a couple hours, so we'll see if this actually does get filled when they do open, or if Bitcoin's going to sweep down one more time to actually grab that, to fully grab this gap. You're looking at 67,500, which would put us right around where the lows came in for Bitcoin, but they do act on different time frames, so we could see CME sweep after Bitcoin has already moved back up. That's not something that's impossible to happen. So I think it's nice that we got down to this. We swept that level on our exchange pairs, and this low now looks very good in my opinion. The big question is, are we going to be able to hold where we are? So essentially on the daily time frame, we could see we wicked down to this big volume, right? The big point of control cluster that we had on the chart. You could even consider it the value area high, right? Because this would be more your point of control of this entire range. So you have value area high cluster. You also have a trend back test. If we were just to pull a simple trend of this channel that we were in, you see we have first back test there, and then you could pull it up from the top of these wicks and you get a secondary back test right there. So nice breakout back test of this trend on Bitcoin for the second time, and a secondary tap of this volume now getting above our ladder volume. So holding these highs as a nice support on the daily time frame, and that's going to be the thing to watch, right? Are we going to be able to hold this, or would we potentially reject and come back down, maybe come up again like that, or maybe have a more bearish move to the downside? I'll just throw those situations out there because they are technically possible, but to be honest, I think we're definitely more on the bullish side of things right now. The probabilities are in favor of us going up to make that move to all-time highs at this point. After this nice bottoming structure came in, you see the nice RSI bulletive into that volume, right? Higher lows on the RSI, lower lows on price. We'd love to see that. And then the more important thing is what our order flow did. So we had talked about how there was a bunch of longs that had been opened starting with this move at around 67,500. And if we look at the open interest, right, zoom out here to where I was just pointing at that on TradingView, you can see right within this low, we see open interest start to go crazy. CVD starts to go crazy. Lots of longs were FOMOing into the market throughout this move, and we now have fully retraced this. This came in pretty pixel perfect to what I was expecting for a full flush of this open interest and those over exuberant longs that had been in the market. And you do see open interest was able to fully reset all the way back down. So pretty perfect right there. Love to see how order flow is playing out, and this is great to showcase just how important order flow is and how it does work out very, very nicely a lot of the times. Bitcoin trades on a liquidity basis. Something to note right now is that with this move up, we haven't seen a lot of longs jump back into the market, so that's nice to see. We don't necessarily want our open interest and CVD to start skyrocketing again. Yeah, it's fine if we have bullish continuation from longs, but we don't want to see what we had back here where we just have a ton of longs FOMOing in, and I'm happy to report I'm just not seeing that, so I don't think we have anything to worry about, at least right now. When we break all-time highs, we'll probably see the longs return, and then probably have to flush them out once again. But I think we got clear skies ahead until we get up to those levels, and by the time we get up to those levels, you're going to see the rotation out of Bitcoin into altcoins, and you're going to see a lot of euphoria across the board anyway, where Bitcoin dominance might fall, but we're going to get the real rallies elsewhere. Before we jump off of Trading Light, I guess I should mention this wall we had talked about, probably a spoof. It's still in the order book, so 1,000 Bitcoin sell wall up there at around 71,200. We'll see how that reacts, if they're going to keep that in the order books. Could act as a bit of resistance or could just get taken out. I wouldn't be too concerned about it. Just thought I'd mention it since we don't often get 1,000 Bitcoin sell walls. We do have buy walls though too. You know, we have a lot of buying pressure within the order books right here. A lot more buying pressure locally than selling pressure. So that's nice to see. Let's talk about total 3 real quick, because this is just showing a ton of weakness. I had been saying it, but I think it's more prudent than ever. Most altcoins this cycle are just not going to perform well. You need to pick winners, and you need to do a lot of research. I know I've been investing heavily into meme coins because I think there is a war on VCs right now in the markets, but when it comes to meme coins, there's a million scams out there that will just rug you, so you have to do a lot of research when it comes to that. Many of those will underperform altcoins because they're just going to go ahead and die off because there are so many of them minted every single day, every single hour. So yeah, while I'm still bullish on Total 3 overall, I do think this is going to go ahead and start marching on up, and Bitcoin dominance is going to fall. We are definitely seeing that it is currently Bitcoin's time to shine, and I would say go out there, find the coins that are continuing continuing to outperform Bitcoin throughout the market right now, because those will probably continue to do so. But do your own research, right? There's a lot that are just going to be pumping this week and then die off as well. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. A lot of altcoins not doing so well because they're from last cycle mostly, right? Most of the coins in the top 100 are from last cycle. They're going to get replaced by newer coins anyway, and I think we'll start to see that flipping happen, and then we'll start to see this ramp up as those newer speculative coins get more traction. But yeah, that's going to be all for today. I would say there is a very solid chance the low is in the corrective phases over for Bitcoin, but just keep in mind that we do have CME that still needs to flush. I mean, it doesn't technically need to flush, but you would expect this to fill the gap since our exchange pairs did already hit that level. So just watch out when CME does open, if that will fill without Bitcoin needing to go down, or if we are going to have a secondary flush. But with that being said, if you do have any questions about anything I talked about, or just want to join the community for this channel, link to my Discord is in the description down below. Also got a bunch of exchange links down there, so feel free to go ahead and check out my exchange partners. Use my referral links to sign up and you will get some nice bonuses and rewards. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.